They gave my sister everything, even the house I grew up in, then called me a liability in front of the whole family. I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I just smiled, because they had no idea who they'd just humiliated. Before we continue, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more shocking real-life stories that twist like this one. Everyone was dressed in black, pretending to grieve, but in reality, they were just here for the money. My dad had passed away 2 weeks ago, and instead of mourning, my family was circling like vultures around his estate. My mother sat at the head of the long mahogany table, wearing her usual cold expression, while my older sister, Amanda, kept smirking at me like she already knew what was in the will. When the lawyer opened the file, the room went dead silent. According to Mr. Harris's last will and testament, he began, the family house, the beach property, and the investment accounts will go to Amanda. She gasped, pretending to be shocked, but I saw the smirk slip out before she covered it. And what about Chloe? I heard my uncle whisper sarcastically, probably just a hug and a thank you. The lawyer hesitated for a second. Chloe will receive his old watch and a letter. My mother didn't even blink. She turned toward me and said loud enough for everyone to hear, maybe now you'll understand why we told you to stop wasting your life chasing that online nonsense. Amanda laughed. TikToks don't pay bills, sis. The room erupted in soft chuckles. I felt heat rise in my chest, but I didn't break. I looked at the letter in my hand and smiled, because what they didn't know is that I wasn't broke, I wasn't struggling, and I definitely wasn't going to beg for their pity. They had no idea about the silent empire I had built while they mocked me for years, but they were about to find out. I unfolded the letter slowly, like it was just some sentimental goodbye, but inside, it wasn't a farewell. It was a code, handwritten by my dad. It read, Chloe, if you're reading this, then the time has come. Check the safety deposit box at First National Bank, box number 247. It's yours now. My fingers trembled, but not from nerves. From adrenaline. Because that box didn't just hold memories, it held the documents for the business he helped me set up in secret. The one no one in this room even knew existed. My tech startup. The company I'd been building behind closed doors for 5 years. The same company recently valued at $38 million. I looked up at Amanda, still gloating over her new beachfront villa, and smiled. Congrats on the house, I said sweetly. Hope you can afford the property taxes. She blinked, confused. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing, I shrugged. Just that beachfront properties tend to be expensive. My mother scoffed. You should be grateful we gave you anything. You think life rewards girls who waste years on apps and websites? I leaned in, keeping my voice calm. Mom, you think I was wasting time? I was building something. And Dad knew. Their expressions started to shift. My aunt leaned forward, whispering, wait, what are you talking about? I stood up, calmly pulling out my phone. I opened the news app and turned it toward the table. Right there was the headline, Meet Chloe Harris, the silent tech queen behind the fastest growing AI firm in California. Amanda's face froze. My mother's wine glass slipped just slightly. In her hand. My uncle gasped out loud, wait, this is a joke, right? I shook my head. No joke. While you all laughed at me, I was hiring engineers, writing patents, closing investors. You're lying, Amanda hissed, standing now. There's no way. But then the lawyer interrupted her. There's something else, he said, flipping to the last page of the will. Mr. Harris added a final clause 1 month before his passing. In the event Chloe succeeds in registering her company at a valuation of over $25 million before this reading, the entire trust is to be transferred into her name. The room went silent. I looked at my sister. What were you saying again about TikToks? Amanda's mouth dropped open like someone had punched the air out of her. My mom shot up from her chair, her voice trembling. This can't be right. That trust was meant for Amanda. Your father promised he would never do this to his own family. I tilted my head. Funny. I am his family. You just forgot. The lawyer cleared his throat, clearly enjoying the chaos. The clause is valid. Signed, dated, and witnessed. As of today, Chloe Harris is the sole beneficiary of the Harris Family Trust, totaling $11.4 million. My aunt clutched her pearls like she'd seen a ghost. Amanda looked like she was about to faint. I helped Dad draft it myself, I added. He didn't trust anyone else. Amanda snapped, "You manipulated him." He was sick, confused, he didn't know what he was doing. I turned to her with a calm, cutting smile. Oh, he knew exactly what he was doing. He was watching all of you. Every greedy look, every backhanded comment. And while you were waiting to collect, he was investing in me. My mother's voice turned cold. How dare you humiliate us like this? Me? I laughed, stepping forward. You humiliated me at every turn. When I dropped out of college to start coding full-time, you called me a disgrace. When I missed Amanda's birthday to meet with an investor, you screamed at me. When I made my first $10,000, you told me it was a fluke. But the only fluke here is that I still showed up to this while reading out of respect. I paused. Let the silence land like thunder. Amanda's fiancé, who had been sitting awkwardly in the back, suddenly stood up and said, "Wait. Chloe, I didn't know you were doing all this. That's incredible." She turned to him, furious. Are you kidding me right now? He looked between us, stunned. I mean, it's just impressive. I thought you were just doing YouTube tutorials and stuff. I said, smirking. Those tutorials funded the first version of my AI platform. Now we've got over 30,000 enterprise clients. Amanda looked like she might scream. I stepped back, cool and steady. Don't worry, sis. You can keep the house. Just make sure to mow the lawn yourself this time. And with that, I turned to leave, but not before dropping one last bomb. Oh, and Mom? I said over my shoulder. I'm buying the beachfront property next door. Might turn it into an office. Hope you don't mind the view. The moment I walked out, I could still hear Amanda shouting behind me, her voice cracking with rage, but I didn't care. I didn't owe them an explanation. For years, they laughed behind my back, mocked my dreams, and bet on my failure. Now they were watching their entire world slip out of their hands, and into mine. By the time I got to my car, my phone was already blowing up. Texts from cousins who hadn't spoken to me in years. Old classmates suddenly so proud of me. Even a DM from Amanda's fiancé that simply read, "We should talk." I ignored it all. Instead, I called Ethan, my co-founder and the only person who'd stuck by me through everything. They know, I said calmly. He laughed. How bad was it? Let's just say, Amanda's vacation home just turned into her biggest liability. He whistled. Poetic. I pulled into the bank parking lot, walked straight to the vault, and opened safety deposit box number 247. Inside were the original shares my dad had bought into the company 5 years ago, before it even had a name. A father's silent vote of confidence, and taped to the inside was another note: if they ever doubt you, Chloe, remind them who raised a warrior. I stared at it, emotions tightening in my chest. He never told me how proud he was, not with words. But now it was clear. He knew. He saw everything. Later that night, I posted a short video on LinkedIn, just a quiet shot of me walking past the Harris estate, holding the keys to my own beachside office. No sound. Just this caption: they gave her the house. I built the empire next door. It went viral in less than an hour. The news outlets picked it up the next morning. Disowned daughter turns tech tycoon overnight. Investors started pouring in. Recruiters flooded my inbox. Former high school bullies reposted my photo pretending we were friends, but I stayed silent. I didn't need to speak anymore. My work did it for me. Back at the house, Amanda called our lawyer 3 times, trying to contest the will. But it was airtight. My dad made sure of it. My mom? She sent me a long email. Said she always believed in me deep down. That family was more important than money. That she missed me. I didn't reply. I forwarded it to my assistant and added a note: politely decline. And block her number. Weeks passed. The house Amanda inherited went up for sale, listed way below market value. Rumor had it she couldn't afford the upkeep, the taxes, or even the maintenance. No surprise. She was always good at spending money, just never earning it. Meanwhile, the beachfront property next door was already under renovation. My team converted it into our new headquarters: glass walls, ocean view, and a glowing sign that read, Chloe Technologies. On opening day, I stood on the balcony overlooking the sea, flanked by my core team and a few cameras from Forbes and Business Insider. Ethan handed me a glass of champagne. From being the family reject, to being the CEO they'll never catch up to, he said. I nodded. And we're just getting started. That night, I got a notification. Amanda had posted something on Instagram. Her account, once filled with designer bags and fake laughs, now showed a long, teary caption, "Family is everything. Betrayal hurts. Some people will always choose money over blood." Funny, the comments were brutal. "Didn't you laugh at her when she was broke? Sounds like karma just punched you in the face. She built her fortune while you were mocking her job." I didn't comment. I didn't need to. Because everything she ever used to belittle me, my job, my dreams, my hustle, had now become the very thing that destroyed her ego. Then came the message from my old college professor. The one who once told me I was too emotional for tech leadership. "Chloe, I'd love to invite you to speak at our Women in Tech Summit. Your journey is inspiring." I smiled. Revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't cruel. It was elegant. Silent. Powerful. I clicked reply and typed, "I'd be happy to. Just be sure to reserve front row seats for my family. They'll want to see what a waste of time looks like now." From the girl no one believed in, to the woman everyone wanted a piece of, this wasn't just revenge, this was redemption, and this time, I owned everything, even the silence they were choking on.